I messed up because I really like Drew Waller. I like the kid. I like the worker. I like the prospect, too. I like the size, I like the arm strength. I like the work ethic. I like Andy Kotelnicki separately. I like the weirdness. I like the funkiness. I like that his offense is more like art and less like proven. I like how it's like not real football. But I like those two things separately.
Yes, and Abdul. Like, what are you doing?
That's how I would have been if this loss would have been on Drew Waller. Deadass.
And then second off, you played for Franklin. What is his practices like? Because we have been underprepared and outcoached every game. I can't remember the last time I haven't watched a podcast and I heard, oh, what a great plan that we had. Villanova had a great plan against what we were doing. Now UCLA is going to have a great plan against what we were doing. And FAU or whatever. Like, it's unbelievable.
Want to check in on Penn State fans, man. My dude Landon does a really good job over there on the Landon Tangwall College Football Show. I just want to kind of react and check in on how Penn State fans are doing. I tried to give this a take, but I watched the wrong video. This is my first time watching this and just kind of giving it a whirl, yo.
Let's talk about it before.
Now, this is directly after the game. And I remember when I did the Michigan-Ohio State thing directly after the game, I was freaking out last year. Now, obviously, this isn't a rivalry game, but definitely one of like the more shocking losses that I've seen, at least like coverage-wise. Like obviously, like I wasn't covering college sports when Appalachian State beat Michigan, but I'm covering college athletics now, obviously. So I'm curious how other people handle the kind of freakouts.
We hear. Oh, man, I imagine the line's going to get a little hot here.
Laugh through the pain, man. Got to laugh through it. Brutal.
We got a call.
Farzad, $100 donation, my man. Thank you so much. I think a lot of the fan base.
Do we need an intro or can we just jump into it?
I think we're right into it, man. I think we're right into it here. Let's see. Before we get a caller, real quick, I just do want to list out UCLA, real quick. They were 134th in scoring offense. They were 119th in total offense. By the way, there's 136 teams in the FBS total. They were 134th in scoring offense. They were 119th in total offense. They were 119th in scoring defense, meaning that their defense would get gashed. 133rd in rushing defense, which 133rd in rushing defense. If you take away Drew Aller's numbers, we're averaging like under 4 yards per carry. 129th in sacks. 136, dead last in opponent third down rate, meaning that their opponent just dominates them on third down. This team was the worst team in Power 4. UCLA was the worst team in Power 4. Penn State just lost them.
Dude, it's such a bummer because like I was telling Landon like I'm excited to do like a number 1 versus number 2 matchup because I thought that Penn State was going to be the number 1 team in the country because I thought they were going to beat Oregon. So, you know, it was one of those things like I thought they were going to beat Oregon. I thought they were going to come into that game against Ohio State's like a top team. And I thought me and Landon were going to have like a crazy like number 1 versus number 2. Like, let's get it going. Let's debate some things in terms of like college football. But right now it's like Penn State's like a wounded soldier. So I just don't know. I don't know how he does. And I'm thankful that like in my time covering Ohio State, like yes, I had to like, you know, suffer through the Ohio State losses, but I never had to get up on camera when we lost to an extremely awful team and try to defend my team and my staff. Because I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. And obviously, like I'm kind of have the benefit of like not really being a friend of the program in terms of Ohio State, in terms of like, you know, the Jerry Emmigs and the Ryan Days. So I'm able to keep it really, really real. But that would have been a bloodbath of a day. I know that after the Michigan game, some recruits and families like didn't like what I had to say, given like I said, I don't give a fuck about a recruit because like at the end of the day, I just want to win, which I still stand by. But people didn't like, I guess, how it's packaged. So I don't know how I'd handle this kind of thing. I don't know.
Feel like this is a dystopian world that we are living in at the moment. We will now take calls. What is your name? Where are you calling from? You know, forget all that, guys. We're just going to go right into it.
Hey.
Let's go.
Hey, Landon, what's going on, man? I'm literally walking out of the Rose Bowl as we speak on the golf course. Drew from LA, I called last week. How you doing, my friend? This is not a good day.
Not good.
But we had a good 15,000 people out here. We had, like, if they gave us any reason to cheer, we would have been louder than the UCLA fans. We are at the point of my parents are probably going to be priced out of the West Side when this stadium renovation ends. Now, where we at, how can you keep asking us for money? How can you keep asking the old heads for money when nothing changes? And I know you said nothing's going to change, and I agreed with you, and I've been a Franklin, like, keep going, my friend, rah, rah. This was the most disappointing loss I've ever seen in the past 20 years. It was disgusting.
I'm with you, brother. Mike in the chat said, keep supporting this team. I think that's Mike the mailman. I'm on to you, old man. I'm on to you. All right. I agree with you, brother. I would not donate any money to NIL. I would, if I don't go to the games anyways, but.
Yeah, dude, that's the war on coaches. Like, that's how you do it, right? Like, and honestly, like, it's not the end of the world saying, like, I'm not going to donate anything to NIL, but it's like, it's the bigger thing when, like, someone like this has the ear of some power players, and like when that messaging gets out, because like one individual saying I'm not going to donate, okay, whatever, but like a group of individuals that are fans of him, because right now he kind of is like the voice in Penn State media to my eye. Like if that starts to get grumble and get loud, then you get reactions, right? Like we got some reactions like from the AD at Ohio State, Gene Smith, and like podcasts about that, like when there was like stop donating to NIL, it's like they felt the need to act quickly, but until that messaging, I think, sticks, like it's like what the fuck ever. It's like we fucking lost. You guys got to keep coming to games. Just be mad in your little corner. But I think Landon's doing a good job. So,
but if I were a fan, to be honest, it would be tough to go. Maddie, thank you for the donation. He says even if Penn State somehow won, Franklin. Sorry, lost it there. Yeah, no, I mean, no, I said that. I said that on Twitter. He has to go at what cost? Refs suck too. Yeah. I'll just say it right now. James Franklin after this game will not be fired. I'm just telling you that is not going to happen. As much as I can clearly see in the chat that all of you want that.
Tell us why.
56 million reasons why, John Ward.
Okay.
That is the reason why they're not going to pay that out right now. So the situation of what could happen is there could be a mutual agreement after the season ends, and it's a lot cheaper for Penn State. But I'm just telling you right now that it's not going to happen after this game. Everybody's saying leave him on the tarmac.
Devil's advocate, other programs fire their people with way more of a buyout.
Well, you've lived here.
This is super dope. The dual shot, one to the other. Got my producer in the background. Got the game on up here. This is great. Production value A+. I'm terrible because most of the time I just listen because I'm on the road. But this is great. Great, got a producer back there. Yeah, let's go.
Everything that's behind the scenes. You know that, well, you were involved in NIL. That's how we met. you know that this board is not going to pay out $56 million right now. It's just not going to happen.
Shout out my guy Landon.
No, with all the other things they've been paying.
Yeah, you got $700 million in the stadium. I mean, there's no.
Well, are they going to come? What's homecoming going to look like?
Nothing good. Let's see. I have a tweet here.
Hey, he's so fucking matter of fact, bro. What's homecoming going to look like, man? Not good.
That I put out right at halftime happened. Josh Pate, after the Oregon game, 1 second, we'll take this caller in 1 second, but I want to say this. After the Oregon game, mentioned that this is basically a point in time where Penn State, their trajectory is going to change. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down. And I think he was right about that. Josh Pate is right about damn near everything he says, and he was completely right. I didn't think it was going to go down this quickly, but it has went down. Farzad said, let's start a buyout GoFundMe. Farzad, thank you for the $50, brother. I appreciate you. All right, we will get back to taking callers. Sorry about that. And I think he was right about that. Josh Pate. Oh, here we go. My man. We got a caller.
Or it's going to go down. And I think he was right about that.
Yes, we have a caller. What's up, brother?
Hey, two things. First off, hey, Jim Knowles, this isn't the 1930s. Quarterbacks run. You finally decide to put a QB spy on, and it's deep.
5 minutes into the Collins show, our first Jim Knowles crash.
PDS, and Abdul. Like, what are you doing?
That's how I would have been if this loss would have been on Drew Waller. Deadass.
And then second off, you played for Franklin. What is his practices like? Because we have been underprepared and outcoached every game. I can't remember the last time I haven't watched a podcast and I heard, oh, what a great plan that we had. Villanova had a great plan against what we were doing. Now UCLA is going to have a great plan against what we were doing. And FAU or whatever. Like, it's unbelievable. Well, can you talk about his coaching and how we're so underprepared right now?
Yeah, look, we were just beaten down today as far as the coaching goes. It started with the onside kick that Dejan Lane was just completely not ready for, completely abandoned his post basically out there. Goes to right before halftime. The clock management there was abysmal by James Franklin. Goes to all of the man blitzes when UCLA is not completing anything. Well, they completed a couple deep passes earlier, but it was basically anything deep outside of 5 yards was shut down, and we keep sending man blitzes where Nico can then just take off I mean, I was almost certain that Penn State would win once we had the block kick, and I'm like, all right, no doubt Penn State's going to win this thing. There's a reason why UCLA is 0-4. You saw that so many times on the 3rd and 1, where 3rd and 3, where their running back tripped and it was 4th down, and then they went for it, and we stopped them right at the end. And it's like, oh, that's why UCLA is 0-4, and we still found a way to mess it up. I cannot believe that we went with that jet sweep. It was a quarterback power jet sweep option, meaning that Dawkins was pulling, Aller could knife it, and Pena, or he could give it to Pena on the sweep. UCLA was fully ready for it.
It's an appropriate way to go down.
Running any kind of option plays and Drew Aller's your quarterback, that is them fantasizing about Bo Perbula. That is 100% what that is. Square peg, round hole. Not going to work. Not going to work. And I wish I could have seen this sooner with Kotelnicki. Like, I wish I could have, like, had the foresight, because it's not that hard when you think about it. Like, Drew needs a pro-style offensive coordinator, and Chris Drew. This is where I think I messed up with the whole Penn State thing. I messed up because I really like Drew Aller. I like the kid. I like the worker. I like the prospect, too. I like the size, I like the arm strength. I like the work ethic. I like Andy Kotelnicki separately. I like the weirdness. I like the funkiness. I like that his offense is more like art and less like proven. I like how it's like not real football. But I like those two things separately. And I think that's where I messed up. Me thinking that them together, I guess maybe closing my eyes, being blind to it. I thought maybe, okay, this would work. But it's like, I like lasagna. I like sushi. I don't mind lasagna and sushi together. And that's what this is, unfortunately. And I can't believe I didn't have the foresight to do it. I just thought that, like, my head went to, well, Yurcich was so fucking bad. He was so bad at the progressions and scheming guys open, and expanding what he's comfortable doing to kind of help the quarterback, that I was like, okay, anything that, I talked myself into thinking Kotelnicki would work with Drew. And really, it's been right in front of me all along, and it's not worked. Now, this game, obviously, the offense wasn't the issue, but the option with Drew Aller on a sweep, like, I don't know, just insane behavior.
If you have a sense of humor.
7-5. Listen, I was on the 2021 team. It feels like that's where we're headed at the moment. I mean, I can't stress. This feels dystopian. This doesn't feel real right now. This was the worst team in Power 4 football. Welcome. We got a caller. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
7-5. Listen, I was on the 2021 team.
My man.
My
man, you listening? What's up, brother? Hey, can you mute me? Mute me on your end?
Yeah, I muted you. My bad.
Okay.
So in pro sports, you see it all the time. College football is basically pro sports now. There comes a time after a big loss, which was Oregon last week, right? That is a defining loss, and the coach at that point loses the locker room. James has 1,000% lost the locker room. The guys aren't rallying for him. You saw it today. He was outcoached and outclassed by a brand new staff, which is absolutely insane to me. We have supposedly the two smartest minds as coordinators on both the offense and the defense. Jim Knowles looked like Dollar General Jim Knowles. I don't even know what that looked like. I would have rather had from last year. It was insane. I've never seen.
Blood's so fired up. He forgot Tom Allen's name, man. Justice for Tom.
A team so unprepared, and that's a sign that you lost the locker room. Drew battled today, and he looked great. He maybe didn't make the best throws and stuff like that. But you know what? He wasn't the reason you lost. Everyone blamed him. James Franklin is the reason you lost today. We're not going to be able to. Yeah, I agree. We're not going to fire him today, but he will. After today, he has solidified that he will never win a national title with Penn State. He solidified it. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. Yeah, it's hard to keep the locker room after this loss. It's going to be devastating. I do not want to hear anything in any press conference about how it was hard to prepare for this team because of all their brand new coaches. If I hear that, oh man,
that was an evil villain laugh, man. Damn.
Oh, I can't tell you.
Got beat by 3 noobs.
It
You had
really-
about 30 seconds to
really
plan their
was
offense.
Bad News Bears.
What's crazy, Jerry Neuheisel, who was coaching the offense for UCLA, just took Jim Knowles to the woodshed and spanked him like a redheaded stepchild.
Like a dog.
Yeah, here we go. We got a caller. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Seth. I'm calling from New Jersey.
What's your question, brother?
So what do you think happened with the defense? They looked absolutely horrible. And also, I think Franklin needs to be fired. They did not prepare at all for this game. He didn't get them fired up after a loss. He couldn't figure out how to travel. And so, yeah, how do you think, like, what happened with the defense?
Yeah, I mean, look, they look unmotivated. I cannot wait to see the missed tackle rate when PFF puts that up. I can't imagine what that number is, but it's going to be very, very high. Outside of towards the very close to the end of the game, there was 0 pass rush on Nico. I don't know why that was. We got to go back, kind of look at it. But no one, I don't know if they were being told to kind of contain rush for a while. There was no pass rush. He was, the first 2.5, 3 quarters, I mean, he was doing whatever he wanted with our defense. It was quite simple. Farzad, you coming in hot, brother. I really appreciate it. I can feel your anger out of the amount of money you're donating.
They have to fire Franklin. NIL funding will nosedive, and long term will be way more than Franklin's buyout. He's done a lot for us, but it needs to end now. Fucking hell.
Appreciate it. So I'll read it. They have to fire Franklin. Farzad says NIL funding will nosedive long term. Will be way more than Franklin's buyout. He's done a lot for us, but it needs to end now. I think Farzad makes a valid point there that it is going to be incredibly hard to come back to donors and raise anything close to the amount of money that you raised for this past season. After, it's like, hey, you lose to Notre Dame in a heartbreaker. And you're one of the top 4 teams. It sucked. You should have won, but it's all right. You start to just unravel, and once again, you lose to the worst team in Power 4 football. It becomes borderline impossible to fundraise money and go to donors and say, I need this. And they say, you think you're going to get that? Oh, man. Yeah, Rojas was obviously incredibly important to this defense. That was why it was such a just killer to lose him. We have a caller. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
You start to Mike from Lebanon.
Mike, what is your question? Appreciate the support, brother.
I think Franklin's too permissive with his team. I know that there's been players that have been busted with the devil's lettuce, if you want to say. There's too much. There's too much permissiveness. This is not a disciplined team. He is a decent recruiter. I don't like this talk that he's a great recruiter. No, he's a decent recruiter. You can't win.
Penn State lost because they were smoking weed. Let's go, dude. Penn State lost because they were smoking weed, man. At devil's lettuce.
Championships with 12 to 15 ranked recruits, or you get 4 or 5, maybe high 4 stars, 1 5-star. You need to get in the top 5 for a championship run. I appreciate what he's done. I'm done with
this. Is more of a call though for like national titles. Like the issue is like explain it away. This loss comes down to more than like we need more talent, right? Like this would have been like a last week call, like when they lost to Oregon, because like hell, like I could recruit a team talented enough to beat UCLA.
With him, I'm done with the team. Go Miami. I love you guys.
The hell did he just say? He just said go Miami on a Penn State pod? Get the fuck out of here.
Guys, great show.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah.
I want to just say something here. Remember how in the, I think it was this week's press conference when he said, I think it was Franklin mentioned like, everybody's criticizing me for going out and recruiting during the bye week when we could have been preparing. And it's like, well, you'd be mad if I didn't go recruit, or you'd be mad if I lose. It's like, oh, so that clearly he went out and recruited this week, right?
He saw, yeah,
right?
You were on the point. What he did say is he said he said in his Monday presser, I believe, he said, if I didn't go out and recruit and then I beat Oregon and next year we have not so good recruiting class, then
what an excuse. Like what a lame ass excuse. My God, this guy gets paid $8 million to do this? Seriously?
I just want to quickly interrupt to let everyone listening know that you'll get a good chuckle out of all this if you Google Shrek Prince Charming.
You're talking about Jerry Newhouse.
Because that's apparently who we lost to.
That was him.
Yes.
Mike, thank you.
Yeah, I like the Joffrey comp a little bit more.
Thank you for the donation, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, we got a caller.
Also, I do think standards, like industry standard, is to go out and recruit during the bye week. So it's wild if Penn State fans are criticizing him for that. That would surprise me because that's like the industry norm. During your bye week, go see some kids.
Excuse.
Yes, Sarah. What is your name? Where are you calling from? I love hearing Sarah ranting in the background. What's up, brother? What you got?
Hey, I wanted to get your opinion on the mental toughness of this team. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure on James Franklin, the team, the players, when it came to national championship contending abilities. This team did not look motivated to play today. There was no passion. I also wanted to get your standpoint, what moving forward with possibly Coach Franklin staying is going to do for the morale of this team.
Yeah, I mean,
God, he's a buzzkill. That's the word you're looking for. He's a buzzkill.
well, yeah, it's not going to be good. It's going to be very hard to rally this locker room. You're in a really, really bad place if you are any of the. And I feel for the players in the locker room because it's the coaching. There are obviously certain players to look at. We're going to get into all of that, but at its core, this is clearly a coaching issue, and there needs to be some type of change. As I will reiterate, James Franklin will not be fired today, but there has to be one. Paul says, Landon, Duck fan here, huge fan of your show. Needless to say, time for a coaching change. Boys, no excuses. Hang in there. Hey, Paul, appreciate you. We're going to be a lot of Oregon, Indiana coverage next week. That's a bright side for us, guys. God, I hate everything.
Is this show going to turn into Behind the Duck Nest?
No, just all we're definitely covering all Big Ten. Let's see here.
Ooh.
Nick Singleton, 11 carries, 39 yards, but more importantly, Katron Allen only 8 carries. So once again, Nick Singleton more carries than Katron Allen. Nick Singleton only averaged 3.5 yards.
I'm glad that Landon did the smart thing and made his show all about the entire Big Ten. Now they do focus mostly on Penn State, but the ability to talk about all the Big Ten teams is important because it gives you some kind of room and credence to criticize kind of your quote unquote home team. Without it being too out of pocket, I guess. The one thing that I think Ohio State media is kind of lacking, in my personal opinion, is a group of people that take production value seriously and cover and critique the entire Big Ten. Now the Kings of the North thing is that, or kind of is that, and they've done a decent job. But I think in terms of Big Ten coverage, I think honestly like me and Zach, Landon, do a really good job. And then obviously I've started to kind of go outside the scope of Big Ten and try to do some SEC stuff as well, just because the 12-team playoff, by the time you get there, you want to be kind of well versed in not just the regional stuff, but all of it essentially is kind of where I'm at.
Yards per carry, Katron Allen about 6.5 yards per carry. We got a caller. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, sir. What is your name? What you calling from?
Hey, Landon. Dan from New Jersey again.
What's up, Dan? What's your question?
So I'm outside the Rose Bowl right now. Very frustrated. I kind of have a 2-part question.
You spent a lot of money to get out there, brother. I'll let you rant. Go ahead.
Yeah. First off, what the hell happened? So frustrating inside the stadium. There's nobody in the stands. They have no crowd advantage. They have nothing that should be going their way. And we put up a performance like that. And that's the first part of the question.
And I know that home field means something, but also some sleepy stadiums will do it to you. That's almost a different kind of advantage. USC going to Illinois, it was sleepy, man. Champagne sleepy. That's why I'm kind of nervous this week. I'm actually not that nervous. Ryan Day wins the games he's supposed to, but going to those sleepy stadiums, I don't know how to quantify it, but those sleepy stadiums where there's no juice at all, there's something to that. I think there is something to that.
Oh yeah.
It was funny seeing 5 people storm the field.
Yeah, continue on.
Sorry.
No, continue. Yeah, just go for it. Just go for it. Continue on.
Second part of the question is, I have been a Franklin stan for a long, long time. I am now fed up, and I think it is time to can him. I want to know how much is the buyout, how much of my money do I need to put towards that to help that out? Because what's frustrating to me is he always claims, hey, week in, week out, we don't lose to these bad teams. We always go 10-2. We beat the teams we're supposed to. Now he's not even beating the teams he's supposed to. And this is the best team and the best talent that we've had in a long, long time. And now, he can't even beat these low-level teams. So I don't know what kind of leg he stands on, or
wouldn't even call it
wouldn't
even call it a low-level team. As I said multiple times, worst team in Power 4. They are worse than Nevada. I will be that clear. This team was worse than Nevada. I know it's hard to say that after they put up 42 points on this $3.1 million defense. That's just the defensive coordinator. We don't even know all the numbers of how much everybody was paid. Yeah, inexcusable, despicable, disgusting, every word you want to say under the sun. I don't even, I still feel like this doesn't feel real at the moment. I cannot, I think the expectation was that we were going to come in, we were going to be slow, and we'll win by, 10 or 17. I truly cannot believe that this just happened, and that it was
what I can't wait for? I cannot wait for that 1-0 tweet that he's going to post tomorrow.
I was going to say that. He needs...
Hey, man, underrated part of the show.
Win by, like 10 or 17. I truly cannot believe that this just happened. And that it was,
You know
it
what
was
I
the
can't
defense.
wait for? I cannot wait for that 1-0 tweet that he's going to post tomorrow.
I was going to
My guy up here, man. Underrated.
say that he
Those
needs
comments are going to be fantastic.
no.
We're 0-2 on that 1-0 right now.
He needs to leave.
But
that
1-0 every week, guys. Remember, it doesn't matter what happens.
All right, we need to leave that tweet in the draft.
They won't.
For sure, leave that tweet in the draft.
They
I'll
won't
tell you what.
ever.
Patrick, thank you so much for the donation. Any chance we can just leave Franklin in LA? Once again, he will not.
Did it say hire hookers in Urban? Urban never did the hookers. He came in Nebraska. She wasn't a hooker.
Be fired this week, in the
funny.
next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If there is a parting of the ways in the year of 2025, it would happen at the end.
Jim Knowles getting James Franklin fired in year 1 over there is crazy.
Of the season, and there would be some type of mutual agreement. Penn State will not shell out $50+ million. I'm telling you right now. Eric said, "Oh, buy a few drinks from Anti-Fragile on me and drink this loss away." Thank you so much for the donation, brother. Shout out Anti-Fragile. And no shot for us, Miss Sarah.
You know what's so ironic?
What?
Franklin wanted to be in LA.
Oh, here we go. All right.
UCLA's coach makes.
Hey, she's got the receipts, man, right? He was flirting with that USC job a little bit ago. Some people called it fraudulent. I thought it was good agentry. She's pulling the receipts, man. She's not playing no fucking games on this bitch, dude. Nah, she's on it. She knows ball.
Some kind of liquor we can take a shot of?
Cornwall, appreciate the donation. Not reading what you say. I think Cornwall, we need to.
He said he won't read it, so I'll read it. If James Franklin doesn't accept the job of Virginia Tech or Arkansas, I'm going to make January 6th look like a pizza party on Old Main. Nah, I need him to, he needs to call in, dog. He's tripping. That's crazy. Some people on sports shows, once you cross that politics line, dude, you're not trying to lose my guy some deals.
We need to do
That's an okay one.
Producer Steve, if we get we need to do something where how many of Cornwall's chats are
He did the 6-7.
technically readable. I think we're at a 50% clip probably.
Can we fire
Franklin?
Anyone got Terry Pagula's number? Someone else?
Bill Gosmet says, "Can we fire Franklin on the plane ride
Can we
home?"
give Franklin a golden parachute, literally? Is that too old man of a joke for you guys?
I understand that. Landon probably doesn't.
So they're gonna push him out of the plane. Is that what they're talking about? Pushing him out of the plane? Is that what we're thinking?
Landon doesn't understand words that are more than 4 letters.
Hmm?
You're like, I'm real ang right now.
What do we got?
Logic evades the Franklin mindset.
Oh, we're not live on Twitter.
Did you just anthropomorphize logic? We definitely are live on Twitter.
I don't know. Buddy said we're not live on Twitter. I don't know. Oh, I don't think there was a post. I don't think we went through with the post. That's all right. Here we go. Brian, thank you. This is to start the call. Uncle Terry Pagula Fund.
There's probably going to be a GoFundMe somewhere.
Yo, what's up? Said Landon, your T-shirt arrived today. I'm wearing it right now. Thank you so much. Sorry if it was a bad luck charm. I do have T-shirts, no paywall, just hang wall available at the student bookstore. So
that's a bar. No paywall, just hang wall. Tough.
If you guys,
they are pretty nice shirts, honestly.
They're very high quality. I need to get. I'll get one in black soon. Yeah, he said I'm on Twitter right now. Okay, we got folks on Twitter. Yes, we got a caller. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Yo, Landon, what's up, man? What up?
What's up, brother?
Yeah, I guess putting a comment, I will end with a question. Putting aside us not blitzing for them to get that safety, the call on 4th and 2, the clock management before halftime, the OC, I think that guy said it best, looking like he just hit puberty. Their DC
chill on my dog.
Hasn't been there long. Their head coach is basically a special teams coordinator from Fresno State. I think the dumbest play is putting Denai Dennis Sutton QB spy. That's the pinnacle of a dumb play call. But the question is, can you describe what the team playing will be like on the ride back home?
Unbelievably silent. I've never been a part of a loss away that bad. My worst loss was 2021. Probably it was definitely Illinois, but we were at home. That was really quiet. It was probably Michigan State at the end of the year, and we just lost by like 13 or 17 to Michigan State. And that 21 season was already over at that point. It was just disgusting. Yeah, it's going to be silent. It's going to be long. The guys. You're getting back real late. That's a toughie, man. Tomorrow is going to be hard to go into the I almost said studio because that's where I go every day. Go into the facility. Yeah, this is tough. I feel for the players. That is what I will say. I feel for the guys that work hard. They are not being put in winning situations, and that is clear. And you got to feel for them as much as they do make a lot of money now. Once again, they're not being put in winning situations, and I think that is the very difficult part. We got a caller. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's DJ Alkowski. I'm calling from West Palm Beach, Florida.
DJ, my man, what's your question?
Hey, I could go a number of ways with this. But first of all, it just needs to be impressive on everybody. We just lost to a staff that probably didn't even know most of their players' names. It's just completely unforgivable.
That's the best. This is the best caller. That's a bar.
And I do want to call out one player in particular. And I think he actually had like a sack in the TFL today. But Dane Durant is the most overrated player on this football team. He gets cleared out way too often.
Yeah,
So
I don't disagree. Zane Durant has not been playing at all how he was playing last year. You got to feel. I definitely probably should have taken off. I'm with you. Sorry, can you put that one the other last? I'll go Mike first. I roasted duck last week. I've drank so many beers. Gorsey line. What do I do next to help team morale? Mike, it's I don't know. We got no answers, brother. We're sitting here answerless. We got problems. CEO said, Landon, had to come down and show you some love. Letterman, we met a few months ago in State College. There's a serious culture and identity problem at Penn State right now. There's no way around it. We are. Thank you so much, brother, for the donation. It's got to hurt. I will tell you, I'm with you, obviously, both former Letterman. This is sad to see where we are at the moment. This is probably the lowest point. Well, I think we know this is probably the lowest point, really, since probably 2011 at the moment. It's kind of what it feels like. I think I don't know. It's pretty bad. It is pretty bad at the moment. Here we got Girth Brooks. I'm not super into NIL and how it totally works, but do you think with Singleton? Oh man, sorry, we got the donations just fine. I'm missing these.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, brother.
Yes, we can pull these back up here towards the end.
Landon said, as a former recruit, a loss like this would absolutely change your mind to come here, right? No way you're coming to this program after that. I mean, yes and no. There is kind of the idea. Does it become like, hey, I want to come here and try to help save the program?
Or are you waiting for a coaching change?
Yeah, I mean, if there's a lot of questions. It definitely doesn't help. Let's just say that. Yeah, 1985. That's right. Was last. All right, Girth finally got to you. But do you think with Singleton, for him to come back, he needs to have more carries than Allen? I don't think anything like that was necessarily promised. It seems like
not making a lot of sense anymore.
Yeah,
that Singleton had to have made more money than Allen. The way they're treating it, I don't know the answer. Who made more? I would think they probably made the same. But yeah, CEO, thank you so much for the money. I appreciate you, brother.
It feels like I feel like this is hankers for the days of like high school basketball with the booster club parents the ones who give the most. Kids play no matter how much they suck or whatever, and it's like
this does happen in college athletics a little more than it should. Sometimes you can get away with it because all the guys that are getting paid anyway are high-performing athletes, can usually get the job done. But this does happen, so this is kind of a valid point. But also, like, I think what's important to remember is, like, Jawan Sider's gone. Jawan Sider, there's a new running back coach. And so, values different things. So,
kid, I gave this much money and my kid needs to play.
That's what this feels like.
I don't know. That's pretty much where we're at. Someone said Oregon scoops recruits. We got a caller. Oh, no. What is your name?
I keep thinking that this show is too fast-paced until I realize that I put it on, 1.25 speed.
You call it from?
Hi, I'm Derek. I'm out of Altoona, PA.
What's up, brother? What's your question?
I had a question on why was there such a big turnaround between the offense versus the defense this week compared to last week? And then what % of today could be blamed on the coaches versus the players? Like, is there a lot of heart in it, or is it just kind of bad coaching?
The offense, obviously there was a turnaround, but I'm telling you, I think this defense, you probably can't call them worse than Villanova, but this defense was worse than FIU and was worse than Nevada, in my opinion. That's how horrific they were. So I expected Penn State to be putting up something close to the high 30s, low 40s. As far as the defense, I mean, like I said, there was a couple things early on we were playing.
Does Drew wear a big chain? They got to chill on Drew. This one's on Jim Knowles.
And just very far off coverage, and we were just giving them a whole lot. Then we started to play man coverage, and they started hitting us on some man beaters. Then Nico also played the game of his life. How does it keep happening that specific players that are not very good up to this point in the 2025 season are having the game of their lives against us? Why does that keep happening? It's not a
preseason hype means you're everybody's Super Bowl
coincidence. What the hell? Someone said there goes Oregon's quality win.
It's actually a good point.
Yeah,
Oregon was bummed.
Yeah, Oregon, you did not like that.
Yeah.
Someone said, I want to see Landon rage and break some stuff. Yeah, we're probably close.
Actually, you didn't put on the helmet today.
Yeah, I didn't. No, I was. It was.
You were too stunned.
It got to the point where it was almost comical. It was almost comical. It wasn't even like anger anymore, like it was with Oregon.
He's right, man. Losses like that don't even like make you that mad. They're just comedy, man. Like you almost like it's like shock.
Yeah, we got a caller. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Landon. My name is Ken. I'm calling from PA. I'm devastated right now. I don't know what to say.
Hey, Ken is down fucking bad. Holy shit.
When it comes to defending Coach Franklin, but thinking back as an Eagles fan, I don't know if this is the best connection, but is this any parallel to Andy Reid and eventually the firing of this head coach and a rough, tumultuous series of years followed by an unbelievable run?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm kind of feeling that.
Yeah, could be.
I wish.
Could be.
I wish we'd take it on the chin and just maybe.
That's code for fuck no. They're not going for that. They want to make bro feel better because he's clearly down through it, but no, absolutely not.
Lose 5 games. I think a lot of fans would rather that than just this like 10-2, 10-2, 10-2.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's obviously that's what we hear. A lot of fan bases would want to be where we are at. We've heard that a million times over. Obviously, not anymore. It gets tiring. I'm at the point where I would take a couple off season to go ahead and recalibrate, just completely fix this thing. Someone said I'm worried for Northwestern. Good God. No! How did this happen?
Actually, for real, because they gave Oregon a tough time.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's every game from here. I mean, you can look at any game now. Once again,
what game is not a problem now?
If you go to the Big Ten and the stats and you look at it, the 18 teams, UCLA was 18 out of 18 in like majority of the categories that there were. Like that's how bad of a team we're playing. Indiana looks bleak. Rutgers looks bleak at this point. We're gonna go to Piscataway, New Jersey.
We're
gonna go to Piscataway and get our butts kicked. Hill said I could
Never
coach
had the
this team
makings of a
better.
varsity athlete.
There you go, Tony Soprano. He is emotionalist the whole game unless he's arguing with the officials. Kraft is obsessed with him. He will not get bought out. We have another decade of media.
No.
Thank you, Hill, for the.
I get the messaging, man. They're in a funky place, but yeah, they got to worry about every game. No, they're better than that. They're gonna rip off and win some games, but they're just gonna be probably an 8-4 ball club, and that wasn't good enough in Drew Aller's final year. So, this video deserves way more views, though. Only 6,000 views. It deserves way more. I don't really do that numbers like that on this channel, but this is a blast, dude. I love Landon. I'm hoping to link up with Landon at some point in the next couple weeks and record something. Obviously, it won't be a number 1 versus number 2 like we had hoped when we linked up at the beginning of the season, but fuck, man. I don't really care that Penn State lost. I'm just glad that it wasn't Drew Aller's fault because that's who I'm really, really a big fan of. But anyway, just wanted to check in on Penn State fans. Same way I checked in on Michigan fans after their loss. I'm Chris. Like, sub, or whatever. I'll catch you guys.